Hello, my friends. Welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. How was your weekend? Okay, let's dive on in and see what we got today for our inspiration. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. That's beautiful. I like that one. Okay, are y'all excited to see what I am up to today? I have this frame here. It looks like a frame, but it's really, something that you can make your own creation in. And I really liked the little beaded hanging part at the top. I really liked that. So I found this on clearance. I can't remember where, but I thought we would take this iron on and iron it down into the little frame here. If I can get it out of here. Okay, it says walk by faith, not by sight. And look at the little high top tennis shoes. Isn't that so cute? If you watch my hauls, my Temu hauls, you would have seen this one in one of my Temu hauls. We're going to take this white paint right here and paint the unfinished wood part of it. Then I'm going to cover that with the triple thick by Deco Art. And make sure that we get a nice finish on it. Now I have these molds right here. And they are of little sneakers. Little tennis shoes. Two of them are the same and one of them is different. One is a little Nike high top, and the other one is just another little tennis shoe that is supposed to be the little Yeezy sneakers. So we're going to create those. And then I also have a mold that I made myself of some little flip-flops. And I'll pull that out here soon and show you. But first we're going to start off with, I'm sorry, it's floor mitts. I didn't mean to knock you in the head. Goodness gracious. I'm going to pour some of this Mod Podge. It's the glossy one. There's a glossy, a matte. Well, my goodness, Mod Podge has all kinds of things out now. But I grabbed the glossy. And we're going to paint this on the inside of our frame here. So that way when we lay the resin down, it won't bubble. So we're going to go ahead and protect that. And that way we'll get a smooth glossy finish from the resin when we put the resin down in here. Because we'll have to put the resin down first before we do the iron-on. That way it'll give us a real smooth surface to work on. Because when you lay those iron-ons down, it can't be lumpy, bumpy, or a rough surface. So we're going to go ahead and get this prepped for the resin, and then iron the little thing, the saying on, or iron on. And I have this little dish right here, and I'm just going to pour my paint into it. That way it'll be easier for me to paint it onto the frame. So I'm just shaking it up. It's been a while since I've used this color. I was trying to make sure it was even good. It's not squirting out. I'm not sure what's going on there. So I just took the lid off and we're just going to pour it in there. Just pour it. And I'm going to put it over here to the side. And I have this little paintbrush here that I love to paint with. It always gives me a, it doesn't tend to leave brush strokes. Now I'm going to start painting the outside edge here, but I'm gonna get the inside little lip right there too. because I want all that to be white. Now I won't make you watch me paint this whole frame here white, but I just kind of wanted to show you, you know, what I was going to use to paint it and how I done it. So I just brought you along with me to show you how I started it. Now, some of the shoes that we're going to do, I'm not going to do all the pairs of shoes with you because, good Lord, I made a lot of tennis shoes, you guys. So we would have been here all day watching that. But we'll make some of them together. Now here's the little flip-flop mold that I told you I made myself. Now I'm going to show you how I create in this mold. I'm going to use my Cast and Craft white here and put it in some of the resin and get it stirred up. And we're going to make the straps on the flip-flops white. So we have to do that first and let that cure before we can finish the sandal off. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to spray the mold with some alcohol, turn it upside down and get the excess alcohol out. And now I'm going to drop that white in there where the straps are on the flip-flop and the little flower that's on top of the flip-flop. And I found these flip-flops, it was a mold. They were actually an ice cube mold. And you can't really, you get one time out of some of those ice molds. So the mold just tore up on me. So what I done was I took the shoes that I got out of the mold when I cast it in it the first time, and I made my own set of sandals out of it. And it looks like a heart shape in there, doesn't it? But it doesn't have that shape on the shoe. So here's some of the tennis shoes that I done, and we'll go ahead and demold those together. And I will make some of the tennis shoes with you, but I'll have to create most of them myself. And I'm just taking this tape and I'm going around the outside of the mold to get any excess resin off. That way I won't have to sand the shoes when they come out if I was to leave that on there. Or pick it off, or, you know, it makes it less work for me. So let's go ahead and demold these and see what they look like. And I don't know why I'm doing this at the back of the mold. I guess it's been a while since I've done these shoes. It's easier if you start at the top of the shoe and pull it out that way. And this is a pair of the Yeezy shoes. And they turned out cute. Super cute. See, you start at the top right here and then pull it out, and it's so much easier. And those turned out super cute. Now let's see what color I put in these, because I don't remember. I've done so many pairs of sneakers, I have no idea. Okay, this is some of the Nike high tops. And I did these yellow and green. And they turned out really cute. I tried to stay with the colors that was in the iron-on to kind of, you know, keep the color scheme the same. And here's the other high top tennis shoe. And I don't know where that little speck came from. It must have gotten from some other paint that I was doing. Because like I said, I've done so many pairs of shoes. It might have came from the orange pair that we just demolded. And we're just going to sand that off right there. And now here's another pair. I think I put like a pink and like a pearl color in these right here. I'm not sure, but I think that's, yeah. These are like a pink and like a pearl. And they turned out really cute. And I think I might do like some UV resin on the side to bring out the little Nike sign on the high top shoes. I think that would be cute. But we're going to take these shoes and we're going to walk them around the frame, the outside of the frame, and glue them on there. And then I want to make, these are some sets that I made. Now the other ones, see, these are sets right here. The other shoes I made are just one-offs. They don't have a set. The reason I did several sets is because we're going to hang some from the bottom of the frame. And then we're going to, you know, walk just the one-off shoes all around the frame. Now this stuff right here, it says to shake it just a little bit. So that's why I was just shaking it just a little. I sped this part up right here so it looks like I was really shaking it, but I wasn't. And we're going to go ahead, since I painted the frame, we're going to go ahead and protect that with this varnish right here by Deco Art. Now we're ready to put the resin down in the center. So I sprayed a little bit of alcohol in there, and this is the resin I'm going in with. I'm using Let's Resin Epoxy. And I do believe I did 100 milliliters. 50 of A and 50 of B. And I'm just going to go ahead and spread this around in there. Heat it up a little bit. Pop any surface bubbles. And I'm sorry if y'all hear some banging and clacking and drilling in the background. I have some plumbers here doing some work in my house today. So I tried to get, you know, close the door and everything. But you'll hear a little bit in the background. And I do apologize for that. I'm just moving that resin around in here, making sure it's spread out evenly and I have enough in there to cover the whole frame. Okay, now we're going to do some shoes together. And I did have to speed this up a little bit, but I'm just going to show you how I done some of the shoes. I put that jade color in here by, oh, who is that by? Color Pour. Yeah, I put that jade in there. And I'm going to stir it up really good. And put some glitter in both of the cups. Because, you know, we got to have glitter. And I have a yellow in here. And the yellow is by Cast and Craft. No. That's not by Cast and Craft. That's a neon yellow. Yeah. I got those from Hobby Lobby. Yeah. Now we're going to take this white right here, the Cast and Craft white, and I'm going to drop some of it down in the shoe, and then take that jade color and drop it next to it. Now I'm going to take my heat gun and heat it up a little bit, and we need to take this tool right here and go inside of the shoe, you know, because these are the high tops, and bubbles will try to get in there where the top of the shoe is at. So I'm just going to run this tool around in there to make sure none of those bubbles are hiding in there. We can push them out, hopefully. Now spritz a little alcohol, and I'm going to heat it up a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and top the mold off with our colors. And I was just trying to, you know, like I said, stay with the color scheme that is in our iron-on. So I'm just trying to make some cute little fun shoes. And I'm going to heat that up. Pop any more surface bubbles. Spritz a little alcohol. And now we're going to move on to this shoe right here. Now that last shoe that we did, I may use those as a set. That's why I done two of them the same. because we're going to dangle 4 sets from the bottom. But I can only do 4 sets of shoes because I have, I'm going to put 4 hooks on the bottom to hold 4 pairs of shoes. So I think I ended up making 5 pairs that I'm going to choose from that we'll use on the bottom. So all the rest of these will be one-off shoes because we don't need a pair, you know, for the top part of our frame. Or the sides of our frame. Sorry. So I just dropped several colors down in this shoe, hoping that we get a cute shoe. And I'm just going to twirl it around a little bit, spritz it with some alcohol. Okay, now here are the flip-flops. Some of the flip-flops that I made. And they turned out so cute. At first, I was going to do a pair of sandals too, dangling from the bottom. But I decided against it. That's why these are done the same. Because I was going to do it that way. And then I decided against it. I'm going to dangle all sneakers from the bottom. So, but we will use one of these sandals on our frame. Now let's go ahead and demold some of the sneakers that we done. Here's one of them that had the pink, the yellow, and the white in it. And it turned out so cute. I love it. I love where the white ended up being on the lace of the tennis shoe. I wish I could have done all of them like that, where you could actually see the lace up of the shoe. But I didn't even think about that. And here's an all yellow neon shoe. This is one of the Nike high tops. So we'll definitely have to bring out that Nike sign on those. And I only had 3 molds for the sneakers, so I had to keep casting in them and demolding them. And this is one of the neon pink ones. They are so cute. These sneakers are so cute. Okay, and here's one that I think this one's purple, and it may just be purple. No, I put a little dash of white that I had left, and it ended up being right there. But it still looks really cute. I was trying to get the bottom sole of the shoe white, but it just went right down into the shoe. And this was the Jade by Colorpore and the Cast and Craft White that we done. And this is the set. But I don't think I end up using this set right here. But they are cute. It's not that they didn't turn out cute. I think one of them, yeah, it's this one, I think, has a hole in it right there. Now, that's where a bubble got. That's where a bubble was at that I didn't see. So, I ended up not using this one. But I will fix that hole and use this maybe for a keychain or a refrigerator magnet. Okay, here's our frame, and the resin has cured in the center. So now it's time to lay our iron-on down and get it ironed onto the resin. And we're just checking our frame out to make sure it looks good because it's all painted and it has a varnish on it to protect the paint. Everything looks good. So I'm going to drop some of these cups underneath our frame here. And then we can go ahead and get that iron-on put on here. Now I'm going to have to trim it up. And the reason I trim it is because if you leave all that excess on there, it will iron on to your piece, and then you'll be able to see it. You can get it off. It's easy to get off, but I just like less work. The less, the better. So I go ahead and trim my iron-ons up, so that way I don't have that excess to clean off. Now we need to make sure that we get it in here straight, because we don't want it to be crooked in our frame. So I'm going to get out my my tape measure, and I'm going to make sure that I have it in here straight. Now let's check the sides, make sure they are the same. And let's check up here and make sure it's the same. And back down here. Everything looks good now. Now I have my little Cricut iron here, and I had it over there heating up already while I was measuring. So we are good to go, and go ahead and get this ironed on into our frame. And I like to stay in the middle and work my way out so that I don't get any ripples or creases in the center. And I just cannot believe how fast this is with these little irons, opposed to how I was doing it before with my heat gun and a popsicle stick. So yes, I have graduated from that thanks to someone telling me about this little iron, how to iron it on. Now I'm going to take my little Cricut tool here, and I'm just going to lift up the edges, and I'm going to go along the edges and make sure that they are laid down. And if I pick up any that's not laid down, then I'm going to grab my iron and iron it a little bit more, and then we'll move on to a different section and let that cool. Now let's just start over here and lift up over here and work our way back around the other way. We're going to need to iron on that section right there. So I'm going to go ahead and heat that up and get that laid down. And let's go ahead and move on over here, back over here. And that looks good. So let's see how far we can get over here. You know, it's hard to know if your whole piece is completely laid down. That's why I take it really slow. I do have this sped up, so I'm going faster than I actually was. But you take it real slow and make sure that everything's laid down. Because if you don't, when you put that resin over this to protect it, it's going to start lifting. And then you'll be able to see it in your next layer of resin. So you don't want that, because it's going to make it it's not going to look good. And I've had to fix several of mine due to that. I've had to put extra things on my iron-ons, you know, to cover up spots that I did not get laid down. Now we're going to let it cool before we go ahead and go any further, because it needs to be cool before you lift it. Okay, let's go ahead and try to finish lifting it now. I put a lot of heat on it, so I wanted to go ahead and make sure it cooled before we started pulling the rest of it off. Hopefully everything is laid down on it now, and we can go ahead and get this paper off of here. Yes, woohoo, there we go. That looks fantastic. Okay, now let's move on over to our little flip-flops here, our sandals, and let's decorate the top right here. I think we might use one of those little pearls, but let's get a flower out of here too and lay the flower down first, and then put one of the pearls in the center of the flower. And I think that will look cute. And I love how these shoes are matte. They're not glossy. I do love the gloss look that the resin gives us, but sometimes I just want to see a piece look matte. So I'm going to put these hooks down here on the bottom. I've already got my holes pre-drilled. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue, some Gorilla Glue on them. And that way they'll be sure to stay where I put them at and they won't come out. It's not working with the pliers. I'm probably going to have to twist it with my hands, but it hurts. I was trying to get by with using these pliers, but I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to have to twist it with my hand. Just get it done, girl. You can do it. Okay, we got that one in. Now I have 3 more to go. Put that glue on there, get it in there, and just twist it, because I already have my holes pre-drilled. I'm going to finish it off with these pliers because that hurts turning it. There we go. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and put our resin on top of our iron-on and protect the iron-on. And let's go ahead and put some glitter. I'm just going to take the glitter and I'm going to chunk some down here on the frame. I don't want to mix it in my cup because I have it in one of my big silicone cups, and I don't like to put the glitter in there because it's really hard to get it out. So that's why I done it like this. And I have 100 milliliters of resin, 50 of A and 50 of B, and this is Let's Resin Epoxy. And now I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun, and I'm going to move that resin around a little bit, pop any surface bubbles, and then I need to make sure that I have the whole piece covered. And I'm just going to take my little silicone tipped tool here, and I'm going to scoot that glitter up off of the bottom and just move it around a little bit and nudge any bubbles that I may see so that it will rock them to the top. And I'm making sure that my resin is on all of the edges. We want to make sure that we have enough resin on here, because if we don't, when it cures, it's going to leave a dimple. So I'm just moving it all around, making sure I have enough to cover my my frame. And that glitter looks so pretty, you guys. I just put just a little bit in there, and it's just enough to grab your attention, but not too much. It's beautiful. Now let's go ahead and demold our sandals. I done these in alcohol ink. The top straps I done in silver. I used the Glitter Guys glitter in Siren. I love the Glitter Guys glitter. I mean, he has some beautiful colors. Okay, and on this sandal, I used the same strap is silver, the Glitter Guy, and the name of it is Siren, and it's a beautiful glitter. And I love how these turned out. They look so cute. And I'm going to leave them matte looking, because some of these sandals I did throw resin over and make them glossy. Okay, here are all of our shoes, you guys. Can you believe I done this many shoes? Okay, we have 5 complete sets of shoes. And I'm going to set them over here to the side. And we're going to choose which sets we want to use for the bottom. Because I'm going to dangle 4 sets from the bottom. No, I made 6 sets, I believe. I believe I made 6 sets. And we're going to need to decorate the top of these sandals. So I'm going to set those to the side too. And then we need to make our Nike sign symbols in our shoes. I did the yellow pair, the neon yellow pair, but we need to finish them. Let's use this colored UV resin right here. And I'm going to speed the video up a little bit. And we're going to decorate the Nike sign on the sides of the shoes. And I'll just do a few with you, and then I'll go ahead and finish them up. I know that it looks like you can't really see that, but you can. The camera's just not picking it up very well. And I'm going to cure that up, and then I'm going to do the other side. And then we'll go ahead and do this shoe. And I'm just moving that UV resin around with my stick here and doing the cleanup with my little brush here. Okay, we're done and finished with that. Now let's go ahead and place our shoes down around our frame. I'm going to show you each pair, and I decorated those. And I'm going to leave a little space in between each shoe. And here's the one of the sandals. Excuse me. And here's one of the high tops. And I couldn't decide. I'm going to go this way around the frame. You know, like the shoe is walking up and it's turning to the right, and then it's going to turn down. And that's how I'm going to walk them on the frame. And see, I put some little Gucci symbol on the back of that shoe. It looks so cute. And I'm going to do one shoe and one sandal, one shoe and one sandal. And that's how we'll put them on the frame. But I couldn't decide whether I wanted to put a little flower in between the shoes, because there are flowers in our iron-on. You know, there's 2 of them on the high tops on our little iron-on. But I thought maybe that would be too much. So I wanted to get y'all's opinion. Should I put some flowers or something in between the shoes, or should I just leave it like this? Okay, now we have finished putting the shoes on there. And I'm going to glue those on there. But we're just laying everything out and looking at it right now. Now here's one of the pairs that I chose. I put holographic rings on the bottom of the soles on those. And I chose the blue pair, the red pair. The white pair we may use or we may not. I know we're going to use the pink ones. And I know we're going to use the yellow and green ones. And the 4 pair are going to go right down here on the bottom, where we put the hooks at, right down here. I know you can't see it because I've got my camera up as high as it'll go. But I tried to get it where you could see the whole frame. Now I'm going to take my Gorilla Glue here, and we're going to go ahead and glue these shoes down onto our frame. Right like that. And I did try to put an extra shoe in the frame and scoot the shoes closer together. But when I done that, it didn't look good. So I made the space between them again, and then it looked just better to me. It was just too much when you scooted the shoes together and filled the whole frame up. It just seemed to be too much. But it still seems like it's missing something, but I can't put my finger on it what it is. So maybe you guys can help me figure out what it's missing. Or maybe it's not missing anything and it's just me. And I did speed this up so that you wouldn't just see me gluing shoes on the frame. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we're going to dangle some from the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to use this white pair, but I'm just going to show you how I done it. I took some of my clear jewelry string that stretches, and I looped it through some holes that I made in the back of the shoes. And now I'm taking a crimper thing that you crimp. It's called crimps. And I put it on the end there, and I crimped it with my pliers so that it wouldn't slide back out of the shoe. And now I'm going to take the end of this string and run it through this shoe. Pull the string out where I can get to it. Put the crimper on the end. Take my pliers. Drag it to the end here. And crimp it. And now the shoes are on there and they're ready to hang onto the frame. Okay, I'm going to lay the frame down here. And then we're going to take a look at it and see which shoes I chose. There they are, and they are hanging from the bottom. What do you guys think about this cute frame that I made and put this walk by faith and not by sight on it with all of these cute sneakers and sandals? What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comment section, and let me know if there's something missing and what it could be. We have reached the end, my friends. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me. I will see you all tomorrow. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.